Hey, real quick, it's Future Zeo. Before this starts, I just wanted to apologize for the echo that is happening in the background. Um, so, fixing this room up, right? Everything is kind of out except for the stuff behind me, and there's no sound dampening, and I completely forgot that the rug and everything else that was dampening the sound is no longer in here. So, I'm sorry. Just bear with me for a few days. Hopefully this weekend I can get everything back together and we can get away from the echo. So with all that, let's get started with the video, alright? Good morning, Zeo here. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should go ahead and do so now. I'm building an army and I need you to be a part of that army. And if you haven't gotten your coffee yet, go ahead and do that as well. If you can see, of course, I'm a bit of a mess this morning. I was busy building a brand new desk because my old one is falling apart, and rearranging the room. As you can see, I'm in a different location now. Yeah, so there seems to be like a bookshelf over here, which is cool. I'm going to be moving that back behind here, moving that thing that I call a shelf, I call a desk back here, out. And decorating the walls and doing some other things with some posters and other stuff that I think would be kind of cool to have, and putting things onto the bookshelf over here as soon as I figure out which way on the camera it is. But yeah, so it's a work in progress, and I kind of just finished and I'm taking a break and thought might as well record so we can have something to talk about in the morning. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I have a brand new desk that's not falling apart. All is good in the world. So let's get into it, shall we? So my camera's also in a new location as well. See, beforehand it was sitting over here, like between my monitors. And it's now sitting in a higher position above my monitor. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm not really sure what else to do to get it to sit properly now. Because beforehand it had a wide upper portion on that desk over there that it was able to sit on. And now it doesn't have any of that support. So we're going to see how this works. But today we're talking about an NVIDIA GeForce Now. Last time we talked about it, it wasn't going so well. I mean, you can see the screen now, but Bethesda pulled out, Activision pulled out, all sorts of other people pulled out. You know, you got Xbox Game Studio and Warner Bros., 2K Games, pulling all out of GeForce Now. Why? Because they're asinine? That, or they're being greedy. You know, we did a whole video on why all these companies were pulling out, and some of the things that I was thinking that some of the others were pulling out, because there was also I think an indie dev of some game or something that, you know, nobody really heard of, saying or complaining on Twitter. I'm sorry, there were tweets talking about how he had no idea his game was on GeForce Now, and he's losing out on revenue and all this other stuff, essentially, because it seems to be the thing that people keep going to. You're missing out on sales when GeForce Now does nothing like that. It doesn't sell your game. It's not a Netflix-esque service or Hulu-esque service. It literally takes the game that you got, that you already bought, whether it's on Steam or G2G or Epic or wherever it is that you bought it, and it allows you to play in another location, right? It essentially is you're renting a virtual PC to play games you already have in other locations that are not your PC, or maybe it's your friend's PC, maybe it's your mother's PC or something. I don't know, your sister's, your brother's, your boyfriend's, girlfriend's, whoever, somebody else's PC or somebody else's area, that you could just log into your GeForce Now and essentially be able to have access to your games. That's all it was, but everybody was making it out to like it was something else. Now, some people, of course, have not done that, right? And we've got Cyberpunk 2077 CD Projekt Red over here, who says, GeForce now, or that Cyberpunk 2077 will be GeForce compatible, right? Oh, excuse me. Anyway, and you've got Epic, Tom Sweeney. Epic is wholeheartedly supporting NVIDIA's GeForce Now service with Fortnite and with Epic Store titles that choose to participate, including exclusives, and will be improving the integration over time. It's awesome. That's great. Like I said, Epic is sort of, making somewhat of a... I guess they didn't really go anywhere. It's not making a comeback, but they are bettering their services bit by bit, right? And this is a pro-consumer move. When you buy a game, having the ability to play this game wherever and whenever and how you want it is probably the biggest selling point, or is really a good thing at that point in time. It's a pro-consumer thing. But what's really interesting is I thought for sure that GeForce Now was about to get sunk, right? It was going to essentially go the way of Google Stadia since it's launched and just die. However, it looks like Valve and Steam have decided to pick it up a little bit. They're going to essentially help it with a Steam Cloud Play. Steam Cloud Play is currently in beta and features are being added over time. We are now accepting a limited amount of games into the service as we continue to build features and server capacities for players. The first service we are connecting to Steam to allow users to play games from their Steam library from the cloud is NVIDIA GeForce Now. There are more details below about how to opt your games into the service, as well as answer to a few common questions below. And I think this is a great thing. They're going to have the backing of Steam, they've got the backing of Epic, and at that point it's just a matter of the other companies looking at it and going, maybe we were wrong about this? At least they're just trying to do their own streaming service, which will probably inevitably not work, or not really gain a whole lot out of it, probably losing them more money than it's making, but anyway, kind of like another certain service out there from, what's that company called? Google, I think? Anyway, currently NVIDIA GeForce Now is available in North America, Western Europe, Asia Pacific. Currently, Steam users will need to download the GeForce Now client and connect their Steam account to the GeForce Now service to play their Steam library. The users may pay a subscription cost to use the GFN service. Customers will continue to acquire games on Steam the same way they do today, and partner playouts will remain the same, which of course is something they've apparently got to put in there because people don't know how this works. I don't know. I sit here and I think, how do developers not know how this stuff works? And then I realized that not all developers actually play video games and pay attention to the space that they're working in. I don't get it. Anyway, these cloud services enable Steam users to play their Steam library in the cloud, one game at a time, like they can on their local PC. Developers must manually opt in games they wish to make available on GeForce Now. Below are instructions that show you how to sign up your game in Steamworks. While we are using a whitelist of games that have signed up in Steamworks, please make sure to take the steps below to ensure your Steam games is approved for GeForce Now and Steamworks and will be available on the GFN services after it has been checked by NVIDIA. Anyway, the process is pretty simple too. The other thing that people were worried about, of course, was the idea of, do they have to do other things to make their games work? And really, they don't. But we'll go into the thing real quick as soon as I figure out how to actually work my mouse again. Anyway, how to sign up. You've got that. But yeah. Anyway, the actual authority using a user of Steamworks account must sign the new Steam Cloud Gaming addendum by logging into Steamworks and clicking the following link, blah blah blah. In Steamworks, you need to approve the game that you like to show up in GeForce Now. Search for the app you would want to approve for Cloud Play. Click on this app, go to App Loading or Landing Page, click Edit Store Page, and navigate to the Basic Info tab. From the Cloud Play section, and select two boxes: enable your game to run Steam from the cloud, hosted by Valve, and the following service provider, and NVIDIA GeForce Now. Navigate to the Publish tab to your store pages. Repeat the store page edit for all following applications you wish to approve for availability for GeForce Now. Pretty simple. Anyway, will I be paid differently here? And then there's some frequently asked questions, of course, because apparently people like me telling you how this sort of thing works doesn't seem to actually carry any weight. You need Steam to actually tell everybody how it works, I guess. But will I be paid differently for sales on my games on Steam if I opt in for Steam Cloud Play? No, because you're not buying, or people are not buying your game on GeForce Now. They're buying it through Steam. They're just using it to play it. That's it. No, you will still be paid the same way you've been paid now for your application sales, both package and in-game sales. Steam Cloud Play is simply giving Steam users more options on where and how to play their PC games. It is similar to how players play games from their Steam library through the Steam Remote Play or on an additional computer. Come on. Anyway, do I need anything special to make my game compatible? Fortunately, there is very little work to get your game working on Steam Cloud's gaming service. You need to sign the addendum. We went through that process. Pretty simple, actually. You click a few boxes, you click Publish, you're good to go. What is GeForce Now? GeForce Now is an NVIDIA cloud-based gaming stream service delivering real-time gameplay straight from the cloud to your laptop, desktop, Mac, Shield TV, or Android device. What are supported countries? GeForce Now is currently available in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. GeForce Now is currently available in over 80 countries. Visit the knowledge base article for a list of supported countries. Will there be another cloud gaming service added to Steam Cloud Play? We may add additional Steam Cloud gaming services in the future. As at that time, we would reach out to you to opt your games into the new service. Contact us with other questions, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so there we have it. GeForce Now, I think, is now back into the running. Maybe we can make something out of it, be more consumer friendly for a change. Ow, I swallowed that wrong. Anyway, that's not going to be taken out of context ever. Anyway, but yeah. Yeah, I guess that's about it. GeForce Now is hooking up with Steam. Steam's going to push it out there, and maybe we can get something good rolling. How's that? Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.